We also have Kutbuddin Ahmed, Chairman, Envoy Textile Limited, Envoy Group, and also the President of Bangladesh Garment Manufacturing Export Association. Mr. Kutbuddin and his wife are blessed with 2 children. His son, Tanvir Ahmed, is actively involved in business operations already. He's an avid fan of sports, member of Sport Environment Committee at Olympic Council of Asia. And before I hand it over to Kevin, please remember you can ask questions to the panelists through slido.com #HSBCESG. Over to you, Kevin.
Thank you very much, Ashik. And a very warm welcome to my 4 esteemed panelists. So we have represented on the panel today 3 market-leading garment manufacturers with head offices across Asia, and also Sirai represented the digital platform that helps set up that supports global trade, and particularly in the apparel industry. So thank you very much to Mr. Kutbuddin Ahmed, Chairman of Envoy Textiles, Mr. Nikhil Hidramani, Director of Hidramani Group, Ranjan Mahtani, Founder and Executive Chairman of Epic Group, and Lindsay Hermes, Head of Enterprise Solutions in Sirai. But first, I'd like to turn to Mr. Ahmed first, please. So as one of the leading manufacturers in Bangladesh on sustainability commitments, can you share your company's journey and your current plans towards implementing the ESG practices? You're on mute, sir.
That is the problem always.
Thank
you. Anyway, so thank you, Kevin, and then thank you, HSBC, for arranging this wonderful webinar. Very timely, of course. Circular economy, as we have discussed, is basically meant for sustainable factory and to reduce the carbon. That is the bottom line. So just the carbon footprint to reduce, that is our objective, to make the planet more clean and affordable to stay. So our journey, as you know, that the green factory concept started sometimes in the last decade, early last decade mostly. And then one of the factories in Bangladesh got green certified in the year 2012. Then we thought this idea that why don't we get this concept in our factory and then implement this. The idea is to reduce the energy consumption, raw materials reuse, water reuse, and the chemicals reuse, everything, whatever possible. Then the effluent treatment plant, the exhaust come out, that also can be reused. So many challenges were there. One after one, we tried to overcome. We applied for green certification in 2015, and finally in 2016, with a lot of changes, we finally got the Platinum LEED certification. That is that first time. That was the first factory in the world, in the denim world, the first Platinum certified one. So we were very much, careful about that, to retain that or to make it better. We tried to make more initiatives. Let me give you some example of what were our initiatives. In machines, we immediately use the inverter, which reduces the electricity by 10% in air-jet loom and other compressor, so forth. Then the main air-jet loom runs by the air compressor. And then we tried to find out most efficient compressor in the world. And we found that the turbo compressor, very newly at that time, 4 years back, it was introduced. The cost is a little bit higher than the normal one, but it reduces the energy by 20%. So that was also another game plan. We immediately procured it and we installed. Thereby we reduced our one. Then the other things are, in terms of exhaust gas. We are using our captive power. That means we are producing our own power. So while we producing our own power, there is a flue gas, exhaust gas we call. So we use this exhaust gas to produce steam. That is cogeneration and reuse of the exhaust gas. This is a very efficient concept, and we almost get around 10 tons of steam out of this exhaust gas, which is huge in terms of value. So, and then also we are trying whatever the boiler, we got the exhaust, we are using it in economizer. Economize is nothing but to make the boiler more efficient and to increase the heat of water more, so that the energy requires less to become steam. So these are the, we are immediately started in the machine part. Then we are using our water. That is most important thing. So, and by the way, I got one statistics I would like to share with you. We received CPI 2, that is called Carbon Performance Improvement Initiative, award for carbon reduction in 2019. Among 100 factories that participated, we were in top 3. That is a remarkable achievement to reduce the carbon. So far, up to 2020, we reduced carbon around 4,500 tons. This is a huge reduction of carbon and pollution. So as regard water is concerned, we harvest 100% rainwater. We have our own lake, and the network, piping network is something like that, that wherever there's a water drops, it goes to the lake automatically. So this is an efficient way we can harvest 100% water. We release our own discharge of ETP in our own lake. We don't throw it to the river or any other places. We don't pollute anything. And we have fish farming. So that is the indicator. If fish dies, means your lake is contaminated. But otherwise, you can see that. And that fish also, we give it to our employees. They are staying in the dorm. So every month they had good fish for them.
Thank you.
So another, and we have reduced groundwater also from our initiative. We have reduced the groundwater from 60 liters per kg of fabrics, which is used for groundwater, that we have brought down to 45 kg per fabric, per kg fabric, around 26% less. Then we reduce water consumption, that the processed water. The processed water means the water used in different process like dyeing, finishing, and other. So these also we have reduced around 35%. So, and effluent treatment plant, the water we make it fresh or clean. That 22% we treat it in toilet flush, gardening, and fire hydrant purpose. So we have a couple of programs to have efficient running of the efficient use of the water.
Mr. Ahmed, thank you very much. I think you've shown that a really determined effort over a large number of years around water recycling, power consumption, emissions. Must have been
also chemical.
Thank you very much. But I must move on to the next panelist. I want to turn to Mr. Hidramani. Obviously, head office in Sri Lanka, although operating in a number of countries. But can you share with us something about the sustainability in the manufacturing sector in Sri Lanka and what you've seen in the recent trends? Thank you.
Hi, Kevin. Great to be here, and thank you for the opportunity. I mean, I think with Sri Lanka,